Kids from many Western countries have been told they'll need college or university to be successful. But how much truth is to that statement? What is up? My name is Kenji, and in this video, we'll be going over why I think college is a scam, and how there can be better alternatives depending on where you live. Now don't get me wrong, college and university can be beneficial to some, but I wouldn't say most. Anyways, without further ado, let's begin. From around the 1960s, Americans started to recognize college as necessary for success, as you would almost be guaranteed a job and could pay off loans from the college with maybe just a summer job. College was on the rise, and almost every parent would tell their child that they'll need college if they wanted to be successful, and if they didn't, they would be stuck at a 9-to-5 job earning minimum wage, and that would be the only path for them. So college was needed back then if you wanted a job that you could be stable in and make a decent living. But what about today? Is college still necessary? Hell, is it even a viable career path? To answer both of those questions, let's dig deeper. Firstly is the debt you owe. Most people who choose to go to college have likely just finished school, and when you have been at classes trying to get your grades up to get into said college, you won't exactly have the time to be working super hard at any job to earn some cash. So once you get into that college, you are filled with excitement and the dopamine rushes in as you finally made it. Until you get hit with that first semester $4,000 bill. But wait, there's more. That's only for the low end of the potential colleges you can get into. College pricings can range from $9,000 up to $46,000. What 18 to 20-year-old has $46,000 lying around? Statistically, students take up to 20 years on average to pay off their student debt. That's absurd and outright disgusting that these colleges take so much from students when students don't even need it, which brings me to my next point. Firstly, here in Australia we have something called TAFE, or something very similar in America might be a community college, correct me if I'm wrong. TAFE is very similar to college, except there are two very big differences. They don't cost you a kidney to pay off, as well as having many flexible courses compared to college. TAFE courses can range from $400 Australian to 22,000 Australian dollars. I'll put the USD conversion on the screen now. And not to mention that TAFE's courses have so much more valuable content in them. For instance, college more or less relies on theoretical practices rather than doing them in person, whereas TAFE often uses traineeships to teach the students. TAFE has a much more valuable stance on what they teach via hands-on experience, whereas university or college relies on theoretical, on-paper studying. Though TAFE and community college are great alternatives, they aren't the only outliers. If we go back to around the 90s, we had two options: college or TAFE and community college. There weren't many options, and we were kind of forced to pick one despite what we really wanted to do. Oftentimes, peers and guardians would force us to college whether we really wanted it or not. We'll get to that later. But recently came the birth of the internet. The internet was the start of many new job opportunities that would only be possible through the internet. Now, of course, the internet wasn't like this at the very start, mainly just wacky posts and a lot of illegal stuff, but after enough time, it evolved into what we know today, with many new opportunities for career paths. These career paths can vary drastically, from the obvious ones that could be harder to achieve, and the more frowned upon ones such as influencers, YouTubers, and streamers, to many more jobs including online engineers such as web developers, app developers, AI developers, and other online tech-related jobs, as well as just selling products worldwide on websites like Amazon. The point being is the fact that the internet has allowed for many job opportunities that weren't possible before. For whatever reason, it is still a very common belief that you need to go to college to be successful and get a job, and this is absolute horseshit because the amount of debt you would go into, as discussed previously, will likely send you into financial debt and send you to be not quite so successful. I really don't get these people because I don't know what world they're living in, but statistically, 1 out of 4 college graduates regret going to college. Now think about it. If you take that into perspective, that's 84 million people. Not to mention, 46% of people say that they reckon they could have gotten their current job without the degree and skipping college altogether. That is crazy. So you are telling me not only are people paying thousands of dollars for a degree they might not even need to get into that job, but they are also getting into debt because of it. That's f***ed on so many levels, it's unreal. And yet to this day, people still believe that you need to go to college in order to be successful. I mean, I could be wrong, but from what I've heard, is that a lot of people think that, and it's just plain wrong. Look, university is definitely a good option in some way if your dream is to have that profession, like a doctor or a high qualified nurse, a scientist, or something of that nature, but in no way is it necessary. In conclusion, I don't think college is worth it. Actually, in most cases, I'd say it's not. Don't waste thousands of dollars on it when it's just not necessary. I mean, unless you want to be a doctor or some other highly qualified job, and then in that case, sure, go for it. But if you want to go places in life or just be successful, you do not need college. TAFE or whatever the equivalent is in America, or even just a traineeship, should be fine. Hell, even traineeships can go a long way, and some can even be a first job. Don't let people say university as a necessity hold you back, because it's just not true. Anyways, that'll be about it for this video. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like and let me know your thoughts on this topic. I'd love to hear it. If you do want to see more content like this, I do gaming and discussion based videos, so if either of those sound interesting, consider subscribing. Anyways, that'll be about it. This is Kenji, and I am out.